Cool to just videotape what downtown Cairo's like. He's in his hotel room, Caleb is, and he's had no sleep for 2 days. It's awesome. Anyways, let's take a look at what downtown Cairo's like at 10 o'clock at night. So first off, we will go down and see how far up I am. Don't know if you guys can see all that, but it's a good 20 stories up. We'll do a zoom out. There's some of the streets and such. There's more buildings over there. You can hear the man chanting the Quran in the background at the minaret. Zoom out here. And I think there's a minaret way back there actually somewhere. We'll take one last look at the traffic because I think that this looks so fun. It makes all the rides at Disneyland look like nothing. I know, I just drove in it. The most intense rides in Disneyland have nothing to do compared with these. These are awesome. Anyways, yeah, so there's Cairo. Give you a quick taste of it because tomorrow the pyramids are up on the agenda. Alright. I hope I got everything. One last look at down below. Down the street. And yeah, that should just about do it. Alright then. Good night everyone. I will see you tomorrow. On second thought, I guess for the record, I better show you what the room looks like. This is the window here. Glass. TV with languages I can't understand. And then we'll take a look at the bathroom quickly before I waste too much of this battery's time on stupid stuff. There we go. You've been introduced to the first stage of Caleb's journey. Alright, what we have here is the Step Pyramid built by King Djoser. This is a huge flippin' pyramid. The books all make it look out to be pretty puny, but there's I walked right up to it. Flippin' huge. Can't get any farther without them charging me for it, so I'm just gonna be a cheapie and just sort of videotape it from afar. There's other pyramids in the background you can see. I could tell you so much information about this, but it would waste film time. But it's closed, you can't go in, and it takes 3 hours to get to the central core of the thing. It's amazing. And that's it. Okay, this is the burial passage that we just went into the first pyramid of Pharaoh Titi. As you can see, it's quite small, but good thing I'm not claustrophobic. There you go. I'll film it on the way back out because we've already went in a little ways, but stay tuned because here's the pyramid text. And if we look close enough, we can see that there are little mini hieroglyphics on the wall. All over the place. Pyramid text to protect the king. All over the place. You can see that there are also, down this little ways into this room, there are pyramid texts also. It's a blank room, basically. To that narrow passageway, we're gonna go through here. Where there's been more pyramid text on the wall. I'll zoom in so you can read it. Not that you guys know how to read it. It's all over the place. And then you can see the wall is up there. Take a quick look, and this is the sarcophagus where they were buried. Of course, there's no one home in there.
Excuse me? Sì, di sappiamo del demone, basato proprio da 65 ton. I mean, if you report the body,
There you go. Enchanted hallways, we're gonna pass the wall, and we'll go back down across the tunnel. And that's the pyramid. Pretty small, but cool nonetheless. Another big. There's hieroglyphics in between people. So this is the other room inside the pyramid. Interesting because the king here is fishing. Let's see his leg though. This is the tomb of Meroruku. There are 32 rooms, but we're only going to get a brief look into some of them because it's just too big to take the time of day to see everything. This is considered like the best tomb in the Memphis Sakara. Let's take a close-up look at some of these here pyramids.
By the way, we still have these animals behind the dam. The river now does not stop. So all the crocodiles are behind the dam. When you go to Luxor and Aswan on the boat, you're going to see a temple called the Temple of Khumsu.
Oh, okay,
in there,
yeah.
you'll find a mummified crocodile because the Egyptians used to worship them all night. The crocodile at its birth.
This room here, I'll just take a quick overall look. Hieroglyphics are interesting. Unfortunately, I can't really explain them to you guys. I just don't have the time, but when we get home, I'll explain to you the interesting stuff here. There's lots of really neat little things just to be read on the tombs, even though this room is empty. It's interesting what's written on the wall, so there's nothing there. But this is them preparing the tomb, bringing the statue in the tomb. We will see this statue. Or if I just want to sort of briefly touch on it or what, you know. This is the next room over. Interesting stories of this wall. Find this as interesting as I do, so basically it's just a quick scan of the room.
Servants are carrying offerings over their heads.
So you'd miss so much. Yet another room. When I get home, I'll explain this to you guys. There's lots of information here to be known. False door. This used to be open, but it's not anymore. There's two mummies down there. They used to be in good condition. They're not in the best condition now. That's why we can't go down here. They're under this false door here. I'll explain all this to you. Is the owner still there, standing tall? This is the tomb. It's him walking out of the false door here. But I'll show you something that's really cool about this whole thing. She pointed this out, and I gotta show you guys this. They would sacrifice animals in here in front of the statue there, using this hole there. This is where they would tie the animals up thousands and thousands of years ago and slaughter them right here. And you can just feel the history. It's amazing. You can see the original paint still on the wall too, which is quite intriguing. But there's Miruka, the pharaoh. We'll take one last look at him stepping out of the tomb there. Room dedicated to his second son, another false door. And lots of hieroglyphics again. Came out.
This way, pyramids are called the bent pyramids.
Oh, okay.
So the short pyramids are said to be an intermediate stage between the step pyramid, the primitive one, and the true huge ones of Giza that we're gonna see this afternoon.
Oh, okay. Here we have the Great Pyramid, everyone. It's huge. You guys cannot even comprehend this. It's flipping massive.
You wanna buy this car?
No thanks.
Okay, have a good day.
You too.
Where you come from? Canada?
Yep.
Canada dry.
Yep.
Welcome to Egypt.
Thank you very much.
Your first time and second time.
And there we have the and yet another side of the pyramid. This thing took 20 years to make. That's unbelievably amazing. Then there are the Queen's Pyramids behind us. I'm just gonna, you're just doing a quick. Cool, that's all. And once again, there's even more of this, but you can never stop videotaping this because this is so cool. And for those of you who are bored right about now, it's a good time for a bathroom break, probably. Just more of the same stuff, you guys. More of the same stuff. And there's the guide. She wants to strut her stuff there, too. Well, there's the other pyramid. The great one.
The umbrella's broken, but it works.
This is a crack in the walls. There's stuff here, you guys. Just more of the temple there.
То, что держат еще другие блоки, еще вот балку, и это то, что вот везде, как и найдете, и в углу тоже специально так и сделано. То, что вот еще очень интересно,
Just
что
cool how
эти блоки
close these stones are fit together, you guys. Take a look. I'll zoom in. Can't fit
Like
nothing
putting
between
two
them.
sheets of glass, it sticks. Nothing in between.
Yeah.
By means of air evacuation, air sucking.
Лестница вообще является коммуникация, а вообще является коммуникация дальше. Важно для нас засмотреть яму.
The room we just came out of, you guys, is called T Hall because it's shaped like a T, capital T. This is the mortuary temple. We'll do a big 180-degree shot here to get this whole thing in. All these holes here were supposedly had statues in. They only found 5 of them though, but there could have been like 20 some odd. And this is where the mummification happened, so that's cool. That's where they stashed the body for the 2 to 3 months it took to dry the body and hack it up and do that. So you can just let your imagination run wild as to, you know, in this very place 5,000 years ago, this is where they did the mummification of this pharaoh. After which the Sphinx and the Great Pyramid are both built after. Awesome. Okay guys, you're looking at this one block of stone has like 9 edges to it. This is amazing. How do you get a stone that smooth and carved? Then we're gonna walk up there and I will continue filming later. He just went there because the stone slab went here and covered it up, but go up there and see you guys this. Holy crap, you guys. Do you realize how awesome that is? Do you realize how cool it is to stand in this thing's shadow? And there's just the top of the mortuary temple. I know this is fast, so I hope you guys are paying. Yeah, sure. But here's the capital of it all, you guys. There's a KFC down here. You can see like right down there. I don't know if you can see it, but I find that just hilarious. But let's go back and look at the Sphinx here because this is just awesome. No one can go down there and touch it though because people kept writing their names on it.
Are you tired by now?
Am I tired? No.
Huh?
No. I just gotta back up here. What's cool is that Napoleon was all here, Napoleon soldiers all came here, and so did Franklin Roosevelt and Winston Churchill all came and stood at the Sphinx. So the same place they did. That's cool. Big long shaft where we came out of. Quick flip around, and here's the causeway up to the pyramid. Where I gather if the temple was where they did the mummification, this was probably where they hauled up the body and threw it into the shaft. Styling police officers, though. Look at that. Who knew these guys were fashion police and tourist police? This is just more of the temple and complex. It's been dismantled. It's also the beginning of the Sahara Desert. Or, no, this is another part of the desert. Sahara Desert's on the other side of Cairo there. Along the causeway. Two Great Pyramids and the Sphinx once again. I can never get bored of that, even if you guys are.
Hey, Mr. Hedges. 10 pounds.
Wildlife, just thought I'd show that. This is awesome. I mean, they drug this huge flipping stone coffin way up here. You know, just right up to that pyramid. Filming the butt of the Sphinx now. And the bee. That's where water used to be, so they transport the boats up it. That's something else. Now it's drier than a bear fart. There we go.
shift if you want. Be careful now.
Awesome.
That's right, that's right. Thank you. We serve the bottle now to be cold. After that, we cut the bottle from here, make the base, we put the color we want, brush color. After that, we put this bottle in, that we can say, in a big oven at 630 degrees.
Oh, really?
To fix the colors and gold. After that, we use it sometimes to transfer the essences in it, or to make it as decoration to put it in the shelves.
Okay.
All right?
Yep.
That's all.
Ain't no need to get all up in hard, my man. Now, I said I'd make this trip worth your while. That'll be right. All you gotta do is listen to old Thibodeau.
Start filming.
And the menu is just butcher. اتحرك وهو يعني بس بالراحة يعني عشان يلحق يصور. Look at the men sleeping.
that is the Muqatta. They have different sections. They have gold section, silver section, diamond section, stones, jewelry boxes, t-shirts. Silver and gold is inexpensive in Egypt.
Oh, okay.
But the diamond, it is expensive because we get diamonds from South Africa. We don't have our white. Okay? So you find different designs. You find the amulets, like the Donkey of Life, scarab, the beetle. They have to be ready. They have to be clean before entering the mosque to pray. Before the time of the prayer, they have to wash their face, the front part of the hair, behind their ear, inside the ear, their neck, part of the chest, their hand and arms, their armpit, their feet and legs. It's easy to take a shower. But in case if anyone is passing by the mosque and they decided that they want to go to pray, they can. He died in 1849. After his death, he was followed by his relatives, killed by King Farouk. So Farouk was one of the descendants of 92. It was 5.7 on the Richter scale. And we had one a week ago. It was very safe to live on a hill.
So this was where they built the pyramids and got the limestone for it. Can't see nothing there, but anyways. This is inside the citadel, you guys. It's a huge flipping building. I'll tell you the history. There's the door that we just came in right there. I'll try not to shake so much. Won't give you guys motion sickness. This is where the mosque is. There's lots of history surrounding this place. I'll tell you about it later. Get to go inside there. Palace of Muhammad Ali, who built the mosque and who built this whole citadel, was set on fire in 1977. It's under restoration. That's where we just walked down. More slow pan of this place, trying not to jiggle. Minaret back there where they broadcast the Quran 5 times a day. So we should hear it loud and clear. Anyways, we will now... Okay. So this is, yeah, this is where we're walking down there. I have no shoes on. And here's this huge flipping courtyard right in here.
What's beyond the sky, they will never know. And that's why they use the blue color for interpretation. What they will never know is the secret of the vegetations, the plants, the drought, the plants. So this is some other thing.
So yeah, just a huge courtyard and stuff.
There are very like pretty blue around us.
And they deceived us. So we asked for another gift, okay, and they give us a chandelier. We're gonna see it inside.
Oh, okay. So what king gave that to Muhammad? This clock?
Francois Mitterrand. Francois Mitterrand, he's the one who gave it as a gift.
This thing
But
right here.
Louis Philippe.
Okay.
But Francois Mitterrand, he's the one who gave us the obelisk as a gift.
Oh, okay. I'm afraid I'm taping too fast. That's why I'm just doing it again. Well, I'm afraid I'm just whipping through it so fast and I'm shaking too much that I'm just gonna...
Slow down.
So what is this again behind us? This is the,
Open area.
no, this thing right here.
That's the ablution for purification.
Whoa. Okay. And what would they do there?
I'm sorry?
What would they do in there? Just wash? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's for purification. It's so funny that King of France gave this Muhammad Ali this clock here. It didn't even work though. Muhammad Ali dug up this obelisk from a temple and gave it to him, which is now in France. As far as I know though, I think it was given back. Anyways, yeah, this is just sort of cool. But we'll see more inside. Okay, good. This here is a well, and it's very deep. And in fact, it echoes hugely, and I'd probably yodel down it, but I'm afraid that the Islamic people here would kick my butt right out. So we're just gonna not yodel down it. But it's very deep. No water in it anymore. Cool. That's where we're gonna be going in. That's where we'll be going in. Alright, so what we're looking at here is the tomb of Muhammad Ali, where the builder of this mosque is buried, royalty. There's the Quran there, if you look. I don't know if this is easy to show up, this might be too dark. And there's the hat they used to wear. So cool, and then we'll do a quick panoramic shot of the whole inside here. Now what else is cool about this is it's particularly high. This is where we saw the big domes outside. See all the lights, all the people, and an extremely tall dome. There's the tomb. One more wide panoramic view. The chandelier here, you guys, is 2 tons. It's made of metal. Just looking awesome. That's where he opened fire on Muhammad Ali. He invited a whole bunch of I think it was Marmaluks, a band of people over, and then he killed them all from those holes and had his army open fire on them. It's sort of important, but not really, just sort of interesting.
Programs, they were saying that they're very satisfied. At least they have white neighbors, but I doubt it. Not really quite annoying. So, yeah, we have 150,000 people living in cemeteries. Muslims, okay, they bury bodies below ground level, so people find a space to live and to find a room to build on top of it.
Oh, okay.
The relatives of the dead, they don't mind that there are people that because at least they are taking care of the bodies because the guards started selling the bodies. So the students attending Faculty of Medicine consultants of Egyptian Council to study on it.
Okay.
And at least they clean and they wash the place.
First, I'm at Abu Simbel today, and what I'm doing is I'm just showing you the beauty. We haven't. This is actually the temple's behind me. I'm just gonna show you how nice the Nile River and everything is. Nice scenery. Interesting. This is just basically hieroglyphics carved into the side of the mountain. The Abu Simbel temple, as you can see, is down there. We'll get a better picture of that. I just wanted to show you the hieroglyphics here. Thousands of years old, they're still there. That's awesome. And here is the temple, everyone. Brace yourself, because this is absolutely amazing. Look at it. I never imagined it would be that big. See pictures of it? It's flipping huge. And there's the temple Ramses II built for his wife Nefertiti. It's interesting. He had tons of wives, but that was the one he favored the most. Back to the temple. Okay, I'm gonna sneak in closer and we'll take a look. Hopefully I'll get to go inside too before my time. Here's the wall that surrounds it. And here's the big picture once again. There's the door that enters into the temple. We'll go in there, hopefully. You guys can't even imagine what it feels like or looks like to see this. Holy man. See, they got Isis up there at the E, by Ramses' forehead. Cool little statues here, I'm just sort of focusing in on.
A ver, trae. Ángel, dale a Maya y ven. ¿No?
Sube arriba, sube arriba.
Que no salga mucho, que salgamos nosotros. Vale, da igual. Os he dejado más abajo porque salga los de arriba.
Or false probably. And just to put it into perspective more, we're just gonna look way up at how high this thing is. Some hieroglyphics on the wall here, just sort of interesting. More hieroglyphics. inside the temple. This is just the walls and leaves on the walls and hieroglyphics. And then you can see on the side of the ceiling.
Non è facile fare fotografie. No.
Dai adesso che non passa nessuno.
Okay, this here is a room in the temple, which, hey, guess what? It leads into other rooms. Slowly walk through. Here is another room, very much like the last one. This is just the other end of it. This is just another room, very much like the last one. I mean, the ceiling's a little carved out there, but you can just let your imagination run wild. I mean, this temple was old when Jesus Christ was on earth, and that's 2,000 years ago. There's another room and just more of the same. Those blocks there, like other statues would have been in them. There's the opening, we walk through columns. Hieroglyphics galore. I just want to stare at them forever, but I don't have the time. I don't have the time as it is because I have to catch the flight. You guys, this is because the original colors are still here. That's interesting. Thousands of years have passed and the original colors are still on these hieroglyphics. Because that was what we were just in. Ramses II built this. He had a huge long reign. And he built it because he was arrogant and he wanted himself to be remembered forever. He'd roll over his grave if he knew that his monuments and such as this are still around and people are still gazing in awe at what he did. I saw Ramses II yesterday in the Egyptian Museum. He's looking good for being 4,000 years old, actually. Another interesting thing I know about Ramses II is he had tons of kids. He had, there are reports of 80 to 200 kids with many, many wives. So this guy was an incredibly active and lucky person. Fathering that many kids is quite a challenge and feat. It's just a cool panoramic view of the Nile. I think it's the Nile as far as I know, I'm not sure. There it is. Okay, to the side here you will see another temple. Ramses built it for his beloved wife Nefertiti. Of all the wives he had, he seemed to cherish this one the most. Because he built the whole temple to her. So we'll go run and take a look at that now. I'm so tempted to jump into the water right now because it is quite hot. And it is nice, but I don't know how many different diseases I would get from jumping into that. Just another look at the temple. See if we can zoom in some. So see, there's Ramses portrayed there, Nefertiti, and I think God right about there too. 4 Ramses and 2 Nefertitis, I think. This is inside the Nefertiti temple now. So there's a good look, much like the other one. In fact, almost exactly. Picture of Ramses smiting his enemies right there. Poor guy didn't stand a chance. He's gonna get whacked pretty good. is another room. Actually, this just would have been in between. And over here is interesting. There's an unfinished space here with faded hieroglyphics. I'm not sure why this is like this, but I'm going to look it up and find out because this is interesting. So yeah, just more of the same.
Sulla foto di... Quella che era su anche su...
This is basically the core of the room right here. Not sure who that is supposed to be there though. This is just outside the temple. Second temple. The inside of Abu Simbel, again the main temple. It's funny, 2 days of the year, the sun will actually shine on these things without the light shining. I can't remember what days it is. And what's also interesting is that this entire temple has been moved about 3 times to avoid the flooding of the Nile River. As you will see outside, it keeps flooding up and rising. They've had to dismantle this entire thing about 3 times and do it again. It's amazing. You wouldn't even know it's been moved several times. And here we have one last shot of the temple. I know you guys may be bored of seeing this now, but I could watch this forever. This is just amazing to me. Alright. This is the cabin on the boat I'm staying at. And I just thought I would show you guys because I think this is absolutely awesome. I'll take a quick look at the bathroom. And there is the shower. Almost full-size bathroom. And here is closet there. And here's the bedroom itself. And I get to stay here for 4 nights. I feel like royalty. And then we'll take a quick look outside at the view. I get to sail on one of those sailboats this afternoon. So yeah, for the next 4 nights, I will be living in heaven. This is going to just be awesome.
This area is generally speaking.
Why do they call it tombs of the nobles?
Because in Aswan here we're living some nobles. Aswan used to be an important city, but not the capital.
Okay.
The king was living to the capital, which used to be Luxor during the New Kingdom. But here Aswan used to be like a big city, important city, so here we're living the nobles and some of the high officials. And that's why the trend, the tradition in ancient Egypt, that the tombs should be prepared to the West Bank. The Nile is different atmosphere.
Better our programs. And I decided to take my vacation afterwards. My yearly vacation. This is my year vacation. So the Japanese, Korean.
No, I think they are Chinese. I think the guy is a Chinese guy.
Just to save some. You look tired.
Me?
Yes, are you? You're coming from where? Cairo?
No, no, no. I just started 6 in the morning.
Today?
Yeah. No, I think earlier than church.
Uh-huh.
So Lord Kitchener was fond of the tropical plants. So he's bringing a lot of tropical plants, growing them here. So it became like an open museum to the tropical plants there.
Okay. Well, he did a good thing.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, they do that in my country too. They cut the trees with shapes of different things.
Costa Rica, I think it's a very nice place.
Yes, very nice. Very This is like Costa Rica. This
Much
island.
green.
Very green. The mountains are green. They look blue because they are so green. They look blue from afar. But I think this is another beauty too.
Yeah.
Looking at the desert, it's another beauty. good captain to do this one.
Much older than 19.
Yeah, people keep saying that, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Well, are you in college already or high school?
I'm a year done high school. I'm not in college, university yet, because I'm just not sure what I'm going to do yet.
Okay. Well, now you have a topic of interest. You could study Egyptian studies,
Oh yeah,
Middle Eastern studies.
the Middle Eastern history interests me anyways.
Uh-huh. I met a woman who studied Middle Eastern studies.
Oh yeah?
She was at a conference. She works for a communication company. She studies Arabic too.
That's okay. He likes the place so much and it's very peaceful. And he ordered to be buried here in the place. So the Egyptian government offered such a piece of land to the other town. And he died in 1957. The tomb was not ready at that time. The Egyptian engineers could finish the tomb in 18 months.
18 months?
18 months.
That one over there.
Yeah, that's one, the big one. The lower building, this is a villa prepared for the wife.
Oh.
The wife was known as Yvonne.
As what?
Yvonne.
Yvonne?
And she was given the title the Tijum Aga Qasr.
I would like to take a picture with the captain.
Well,
Can you take a picture of me with the captain? Can I take a picture with you? Captain of the boat. The local captain.
Jeez, I'm worried about this.
going now against the wind.
Oh, we take a picture. Demorò giù.
Okay, Eastern group, please. During the flooding season. That was before building the high dam. Okay? So it's clear? That was the situation when the high dam started to be built. So when they would build the high dam, the temple would be like this all the year. So it was a must doing something to save these monuments, because they are not only for Egypt, this is the heritage of the humanity. And that's why they decided to move the temple. But that was not only the only suggestion. Many suggestions were suggested then, but the most interest of several floral decoration, the reed, the lotus, the papyrus, and even the acanthus, all represented in one pool. While if we look to that side, the rear columns, those are representing the unfinished ones. So this is the stage of doing the column. They were doing the capital like this, then carving it to give this floral decoration. This was the Greek style when they were decorating the temple. This way, everyone, please. Tenebo, there was the Persian period, and then the Greek period, and then the Roman period. So Nectanebo was very busy in fighting the Persians who were trying to occupy Egypt. Nectanebo showed himself here on the gate, giving those offerings to the goddess Isis. Some of the enemies of the king, they came later and they destroyed the figure of the king. They damaged it. Okay? While the Greeks, when they were rebuilding this temple, they considered that gate a holy gate, and that's why they preserved it. Then they added the other parts. So this is from 360 BC, while the temple from the 1st century BC. Okay, clear? So they found that the hieroglyphic signs and letters are very difficult for them, 28 alphabet, but 400 signs. So that's why they started turning the hieroglyphic letters to Greek letters. And hence came a new language. This is the Coptic language. And he was trying to occupy Egypt. He lasted in Egypt about 3 years only, and then he left back to France. But those 3 years were enough to throw the first light for these monuments and to start working in them. So here we'll find the French campaign. They wrote down those lines, memorizing their arrival to the place. Okay. This way. For the motorboatman, this is half Egyptian per person, which is equivalent with 1 Egyptian for each couple. Okay. So once again, we go to the temple, and we'll see the 2 pylons here, forming the open court. This open court. This open court was done in the temple to match the Egyptian house. The Egyptian house in ancient Egypt should have such an open court to reduce, to condition the temperature and the wind getting to the house. So when they were doing the temple, they did it the same way as these were side rooms for serving the ceremonies, the ritual service, ritual cults. A piece of stone from granite from the temple, and returned to be like an offering table of the church. And here the mass service was read by the Christian monks. Yeah. And the king, when he's coming as a visitor, we have to put into consideration that the king, starting from Alexander the Great, was living to Alexandria. Because the capital of Egypt, starting from Alexander the Great, used to be Alexandria. But now we come to very important item. What were the sacrificing elements or the offering elements used in ancient Egypt? Actually, the ancient Egyptian cult was a very elegant one. This is known as Trajan Kiosk. Trajan, this is a very famous Roman emperor who ruled Rome when Egypt was belonging to Rome. Because after the Ptolemaic time, after the Greek ruled Egypt, the Romans took over and Egypt then became a province belonging to Rome. Trajan also was building to the goddess Isis, or dedicated to the goddess Isis, which means that he gave great respect to this goddess and to this cult. You can see here the Roman emperor while he's giving the offering and the flowers to the goddess. While all these rules considered unfinished rules. But here, after the Arab conquest, the locals living in the place here, they believed so much in a legend of they were attacking the shore here, in this area.
This is the temple of Kamambo, everyone.
Killing many animals and endangering the people as well. That's why the ancient Egyptians feared that animal so much, the crocodile. So he identified Sobek was worshipped here, in this place, in this temple, as the god of evil and crime. But they rejected the idea of making a complete temple for the god of evil. And that's why
Un vestito più o meno, un vestito sia da uomo che da donna, da 20.000 egiziani a 20.000.
This is where they, when Auguste Mariette, when he discovered this in 1898, I can't remember what happened, what date, when he discovered this, there were 3 mummified crocodiles in this building right here in this temple.
Perché la sera dopo...
Baudi!
Side. Sorry.
Mazza che bella. Grazie. Grazie sono fermati tu.
Richiesto anche a oltre 3.000 anni.
Non fanno apposta.
Prendi questo, no? Da
C'è
qua?
bene questo.
Sì, si vedeva molto.
Sono proprio brutti.
Prendi anche questo?
So the stones of the pyrus now they are under the water to the river Nile. While the temple is starting by the open court, here in that open court we can see one of the columns and we can have an idea how the temple should be looking. The temple in ancient Egypt, it should be covered by colors from bottom to top. All the temples, after painting it with colors, they were glazing it by glaze. Look to the colors still glazing till now, as if it is ceramic. Because they were adding natural glaze. It could be glutenin, the white part of the egg, beeswax, the red color, the red powder. For the blue, they use magnesium. For the green, they use the copper source. For the sulfur or the yellow, they use the sulfur source. For the white, they use the limestone, and for the black, they use the charcoal. They were grinding the rock into fine paragel. This is his legs, and he's joined with his lion. This is the Roman influence. The lion, and showing the lion so aggressive like this, with the teeth, and opening the mouth, an arm of an enemy still hanging to the teeth of a lion. Very, very violent scene. This was never ever shown in ancient Egypt or even during the Greek time. But the lion was showed with closed mouth and never showing the lion in that aggressive mood. Those should be the enemies of the king, the captives, while they are kneeling in front of him, and he should be grasping them from the herd. When you grasp someone from his herd, this is symbolizing that you are completely controlling him. Under the feet of the king, those are the captives, the war prisoners. But look to the faces, they were all damaged, scoped. And this is because the place here was believed that it has got some magic, and that's why the locals, after the ancient war time came to an end, they were coming here, seeking to get some powder.
Pomombo, das ist ein arabisches Wort, bedeutet eine Stadt mit einer großen Festen. Aber der richtige Name dieses Tempels, der ewige Tempel oder der Tempel in Millionen von Jahren. Diese beiden Steine, diese großen Steine waren ein Teil von der Ashram-Balken, der ersten Pylon oder der Hauptfassade des Tempels. Und von da kann man sehen, zwei Güter waren dabei. Das ist der alte Name des Tempels, ewiges Tempel oder der Tempel der Millionen von Jahren. Wird man hier zwei Stücke von der Zeichen von Gott nehmen. Gott ist Sichtbarkeit. Ich glaube, es ist ganz deutlich, oder? Also ein kleines Stück mit
But how this lake was
Purification pool here. This is where the priests would bathe and get themselves clean so that they could serve and worship in this small temple right here.
Expression, we can put it tax on it. Like the taxes nowadays. Okay? No, this period is not confirmed yet. Okay? Well, now we covered most of the temple. So can you please, now it's 6:05. I'll give you about 25 minutes free time. Our navigation 6:30, please. So that was
Pharaoh.
Joseph.
Yeah, Joseph. Yeah.
And he interpreted it 7 years of
high floods,
abundance, yeah. Nice, beautiful story.
That's Bible story.
Was found in the Nile?
Yeah, sure. The Nile was.
Where was it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, this century thrives on all the bloody details of biographies, and
yes.
So that'll be the juice of generations.
Yeah, the policeman.
What's he doing? Sleeping? Zoom in on him.
Mira, estos son mis compañeros con ya lo grabé, que pasé, se mata.
And that's where we were standing over there. Behind these people. Over there, somewhere. This is just to get a scope of the columns here. look at the detail on these things, man. This is mostly from the Greco-Roman period, not so much from the Egyptians carving this here.
Huh? Yeah.
Look at the paint still there after thousands of years. The original paint still there. That's awesome. This is another temple of Edfu, you guys. It is it's about 7:30 here, so that means it's about 9:30 your time PM.
So the system that you put your ticket on an envelope and give it to the desk of the man standing on the front desk of the ticket. And please be sure to write on it stuff of it. As a life guideline for tipping on the boat, this is 10 Egyptians per person per night. And there also we are going to see the Alabaster place and we see how the ancient Egyptians.
Alabaster place, is that the temple of Aga Khan?
No. It's like a workshop showing to you how the ancient Egyptians were doing the alabaster work. So if you are interested in having some alabaster souvenir, it's wise to wait till getting to the West Bank because this is the genuine alabaster. The quarries are plenty near the place. They bring many pieces and shape it into statues and vases. So if anybody is interested in purchasing these alabaster souvenirs, you can wait to the West Bank. This is tomorrow morning. Now let's go. The temple those are representing the east and west bank of Egypt. The recesses here in the facade of the pylon, these were fortification of wooden stuffs. And on the top of these wooden stuffs were used flags, triangular and shape. Okay. We have to add to that the temple was covered by colors, and those colors were glazing from the bottom to the top. Then let's imagine the beauty of the temple. Colors, glazing, flags. Sometimes also they were decorating the
door we just came out of right there. This is inside the temple. Look at the detail. And that is where we're going next. If I had time, I'd tape all the hieroglyphic inscriptions because it's really interesting. The guide's telling us the stories behind these. Other side of where I was just filming.
This way, please.
This thing is huge. Holy crap. And it was dedicated to this god right here, Horus.
Tell it in the proper day. So he was coming to the calendar of the temple to know the event, what's happening today.
This is inside.
So the coronation day of the king, the birthday of the king, the day of the god, whatever. Then he was coming to the bibliotech to pick the proper event. And then he was telling it and letting the other people drive up.
That's where we're going next.
say it didn't stop till now. Till now they are cleaning, fortifying the stone by injecting it by fortifying salt and material. Okay, let's go this way, please. Whatever, the man in charge in the area, he goes and puts the first brick, and this is known as the cornerstone, representing the beginning of the work in the project. The same was happening in ancient Egypt, but in a different way. The king was getting to the place in a procession, and this procession is led by the chief priest, burning incense in front of the king. Then the king here is starting to work with his axe. Of course, what he was doing is just to hit one hit to the structures existing on the place, and then the workers would complete. He wouldn't do all the work, of course. So this is a symbolic action representing the beginning of the work in the temple. It's just hitting the ground, and this is to make it flat, to restore the black color on the top of the ceiling, as well as the capital of the columns, and also the antiquity department restored the missing and compensated the missing part of the ceiling. But when they were adding new stuff, they were very careful to bring it dark in color to match the original one. This is the restoration, okay, while this is the original. They were concentrating more on the hands, the face, and the legs. Here, this procession is representing the king, leading. Fortunately, they are closed. If you look here, you find the metal door closing the passage, because it's not very safe to go up or even to get down. But maybe later they are going to restore them, and maybe they're going to allow us to get up and down as well. But whatever, this room was for changing of the dresses of the priests. They were getting to this room in the early morning of the day, and then they were changing their dresses here, getting off the daily life dresses and putting in shrines, giving
inside it,
believing that the body is enjoying these offerings by just looking to them. And after that, he was closing the nose by the closing and putting
the granite.
This is called the naus, and this naus is very important as it's having
sacrificing table and the most holy where the statue of the god was kept. Just yet another room.
Arrivata alla parte finale vediamo tutto martellato per la stessa spiegazione, perché questa era la parte nascosta del Tempio, dove potevano i primi.
Not sure what this is, but this is another boat. But it looks neat and it's interesting, so I thought, hey, I'd film it. Find out what it is later. All those who are claustrophobic get a load of these small spaces. But they're nothing compared to the Great Pyramid and some of the other temples I've been in. Interesting nonetheless, though. Back out of the temple. We went way back in there. To you, this probably looks like the other 2-3 temples I filmed, but to me, it's just awesome nonetheless. Huge and cool and large. I just had to get it one more time. Where we just came out of. This is once again on our way out of the temple. For those of you who aren't asleep and aren't bored to tears by now. Same temple, just different view. Here is yet. There's the large temple there. This is just behind it. Another smaller temple. I keep coming back to this because I think that is just so interesting, so cool. Just another wonder, just to see how extremely tall and small I am compared to this thing. Another one to show you how long the temple is. This is the back end of the temple as we leave. This is also where we entered. Cool. This is just a ride back to the boat through Edfu. I thought I'd maybe show you what's maybe a little bit of Egypt look like on the way back. Waste the rest of my tape up too. I don't have much, so I'll just waste the rest of it up. Speed bump.
So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. Our man showed us a nice car, and he showed us how to tie it down. You know, with the one that the Glenville, it's at the end. So he said you can tie like this, and then he bought us one of the cutters. You see, it was just like a small what he gave us.
Well, I want to give many thanks for our driver, Mr. Milad, who drove all the way long from Luxor till here, just to give us this short drive. So many thanks for the driver, and we do appreciate his work as he shared in giving us this lovely morning. For Izzat Group, kindly please, if you are going to tip the driver, this will be very highly appreciated. And for everyone, please be sure not to leave anything behind you in the bus.
Not a shred of thread to be seen anywhere. This one just behind, which is right across, I think. Yeah. Yeah, 155, 157.
So they are still, they are
So I figure it'd be fun now to show you guys what the whole boat looks like, so you can be jealous of me, actually. So here we go on the quest through the boat. Coming out of my room. So we walked down the hall for a while. We come out of the hallway, here is the reception.
I was just checking that I had the right.
I was going to have a look at the program.
We've nothing for Naira.
No, but yes.
Guys behind the desk. And there's the rest of the rooms down. This is the second floor. There's the hallway we just came out of. So big 180-degree shot. So we'll walk towards the stairs now.
Tonight the party at 9:30. Yes, so I'm going to sit on deck.
There we go. There's to the first floor, there's to the second and third floor. Just gonna. Here is the first floor. Nothing here but rooms. So back up the stairs. And now we're going up here one more. This is the third floor.
That's the thing. It's 24, 48 hours. If you're looking up,
Rooms down there. And the restaurant is in there. So we go back up to the fourth floor. This is the big bar room and dance and party room, actually, basically. This is where drunken revelries and orgies take place. No, I'm joking. there's the room, there's the stairs. Now we're gonna go outside and see what it looks like out on the deck. Ping pong table, so I'm gonna be really good hopefully by the time we're done with this cruise. So we see we have tables, ping pong table, pool, and then more chairs. Pool's not very big, of course. You could do 20 laps and that would equal maybe one normal sized giant lap. There's the door we just came out of. Here's a bridge we're about to pass under. Everybody ducks because, I don't know, if I was up there I might spit on the tourists, but that's me, not the Egyptians. Nope, no one up there, so we were safe. And so yeah, there we are on our way to Luxor, where we will see the Valley of the Kings and 3 more temples. So that's basically the day the whole cruise revolves around. See all the famous stuff. And that's the boat, so there you go. So ends tape 1. Now is a good time for intermission and pee breaks.